Today I'm making a jelly roll rug. I have the pattern, a pre-cut roll of batting, and a pre-cut roll of 2.5-inch fabric strips. I've had these in my stash for about a year, and I'm looking forward to making this project. I start with pulling the darkest color for the outside edge of the rug. I'm going to sew all the strips together on an angle to reduce the bulk in the seams. I'm using masking tape on my machine to mark the center needle position so I can line up my seams with that rather than making marks on the fabric. I'm sewing the strips into a chain. I really quite like the rainbow of colors as I'm working. And now they need to be separated and trimmed. You can do this by snipping with scissors, using the cutter on the side of your sewing machine, or just using your rotary cutter, but make sure to only cut the thread. And of course, trimming with the ruler. Do them all at once or one at a time. Either way works just fine. Every good seam needs to be pressed, and I'm pressing the whole long strip and pressing the seams towards the darker fabric. Now the fun begins. It was quite fiddly trying to fold the fabric around the batting. It's a bit of a learning curve on this one. Eventually I got the hang of it. The best results came with using a stiletto to smooth out the inside of the bundle as I was folding and sewing. A walking foot helped with all the bulky fabric. This navy blue is really just the beginning of the strip, so you can see how challenging it was to start with. But once we get going, you'll see that it gets much easier. bit of a ribbon with the stiletto. Oops, I sewed some of the strips with the seam on the outside, so I had to stop and rip out these seams and re-sew them as I got to them. I'm not sure how I didn't catch this earlier, but it was an easy fix. It really was fun seeing all the different colors moving through the machine. Now that the strip is sewn into a long cord, I'm wrapping it into a ball. You can see how long that strip is. It's quite a large ball of cord. About the size of a small soccer ball in the end. But it did help keep things from tangling up. And you can see that I've used about half the batting. Time to make that rug come to life. However, I didn't get past the first inch before I had a problem with skipped stitches. I tried everything. Rethreaded the machine, a new needle. I only had universal needles at home, so I tried a bigger one. That didn't work. I even tried a different sewing machine, and that didn't work. So after some research, I purchased some Janome purple tip needles, and they did the trick. They made all the difference in the world. After that, I didn't have one skip stitch. Now I'm off and running. And then I got to the end of the first round. It was such a tight curve, I couldn't get it to lay flat. You'll see in a second how much it bowed on the end. There it is. I had to rip out the stitches and decided to fold this end just like it was folded at the beginning. However, this meant that I now have the double edge at the outside rather than the single edge. I can live with that. Next time I'll start the rug in the opposite direction to get the single fold on the outside edge. But this is a practice rug, so I'm happy with it like that. Going around the curves at the ends can be tricky. You have to push the loose end through so it's not too tight to avoid making the rug curl up, and to make sure to keep folding it, pushing it through the whole curve. The curve is actually much bigger than you would think, and until the rug is feeding straight, through. We're still in the curve. Eventually I had to put on my quilting glove to help feed the rug through or it wouldn't move. But that was fine. In the end, I'm pretty happy with my rug and will definitely make another one. I'm using this one under my sewing desk to keep my feet warm and brighten up my space. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please give me a like and subscribe.